In the personal story segment tonight, Donald Trump and the African-American community. The head of the NAACP is laying into the Trump team over what they say is a lack of outreach.
We have not heard from them at this point during the transition process. We did not hear from them during the campaign itself in terms of a serial declining of our invitation to speak to the NAACP. I hope and look forward to hearing from the White House and certainly them engaging substantively the issues that the NAACP and so many others represent.
Meantime, the founder of BET says keep an open mind and give Trump a chance.
If President-elect Trump believes that he should be talking about what black Americans have to gain, as President Obama said and as Hillary said, let's give him a shot. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and see if we can find common ground. And I think that's the best interest of African Americans.
Joining us now to analyze from Las Vegas, Niger Innis, national spokesman for the Congress of Racial Equality, and from Washington, radio talk show host Jamila Bey. Mr. Innis, I'm going to start with you. So the BET founder, Robert Johnson, says give Donald Trump a chance, yet the NAACP says, hold on, he's not going far enough. Your thoughts?
My thoughts is, my God, he just got elected. He's still in a transition process and putting his team together. We absolutely should give him a chance. The fact is that a number of African Americans, close to 15% of black males, voted for Donald Trump. Many more voted with their behinds by staying home because they recognize that the virtual monopoly that the Democratic Party and far-left ideology has had on the black community has not worked over the last 50 years, and we need to try something different, and that Donald Trump's pitch of what do we have to lose, and the fact that we have a lot to gain in terms of economic revitalization of our inner cities, school choice, et cetera, things that have been actively blocked by the far left and unfortunately many in the Democratic Party, including the NAACP, the leadership of the NAACP nationally, has not worked. And so I agree completely with Bob Johnson, and I agree with President Obama. We absolutely should give President-elect Trump an opportunity.
Ms. Bey, do you want to rebut that?
You know, I can't rebut it. It's fact. It's true. Give him a chance. But I want to also point out, Donald Trump didn't just decline to meet with the NAACP, the nation's oldest and largest civil rights organization. He also declined to meet over the past summer when the National Association of Black Journalists had their conference jointly with the National Association of Hispanic Journalists. Donald Trump is not going to where black people are. Donald Trump needs to talk to broader audiences, many of whom are going to be the 92% of African Americans who did not vote for him. He cannot simply go to his buddy Bob Johnson, another media guy,
I'll let Mr.
and have that
respond,
conversation.
But Ms. Bey, didn't Donald Trump go to some of the cities that, frankly, most people said he shouldn't even bother? He went to Detroit. He spent time in Michigan. He spent time in Wisconsin.
When you look at who was in the audience,
places where there's a large African American community
there are big black communities, and he had white people at those rallies.
That typically a Republican wouldn't go to.
I do not disagree that the man flew his gilded jet and landed it in Detroit. He did not talk to black Detroiters. He did not talk to poor Detroiters. He talked to the people who showed up at his rally, who came from, other places, including Chicago. He did not talk to the people who live in those places that he says are wastelands of
Mr. Innis, is there any indication of that?
That's actually factually not true. Donald Trump, during the campaign, absolutely went to Detroit, and he spoke to multiple audiences. And he spoke to predominantly white audiences and talked about the importance of economic revitalization and bringing in a sense of order in the black community. And he spoke to black audiences, led by Dr. Ben Carson and others in Detroit. He went to Cleveland Black Church. I was with him in a black church in Cleveland.
The church in Cleveland where many of the people who are members of the church didn't show up. My friend.
Oh, that's not true. That's nonsense. The audience was predominantly black. And look, I understand.
Guys, hold on. Ms. Bey, finish the thought.
He went to showing up in a black church. Look, I don't go to a black church. I don't go to any church. There are places that people can go to where you're going to take some heat, you're going to take some slings and arrows, and you say, I can lead this country, and I'm going to show you. I ain't afraid of you. Bring your issues, and I'll deal with them.
I got to leave it there. You guys, very heated debate. Great. Jamila, Niger, thank you so much.